Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is your midweek motivation, and I am and forever will be your host, Deborah Gaar Davis. It is so good to be here. It is a blessing, and I thank each and every one of you for always coming in. Make sure that you like and share our content, and we appreciate your support as well as your prayers. And so here we are, the first Wednesday of the new year. 2026, and we should be on the move. We should be so motivated to be a better version of what we were last year. So, let me say this, that we have got a lineup this year that every month we will have a theme that we will be focusing our messages around. And so, for the month of January, our theme will be dreaming and vision. Please make sure that you check the information at the top that gives you all of the things that we are offering and where you can find us. And also, let me thank our segment sponsor, as always, Heavenly Gate Funeral Services in Garland, Texas. And so we appreciate your support as well as yours. So let's get into this. So, dream big anyway. Now, Habakkuk, let's go there. Very familiar passage. Uh, Second chapter, verses 2 and 3 says, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run at that read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Now, here we are, people of God. We have stepped into a brand new year, a fresh calendar, a clean page, and new opportunities. We also stepped into a season where dreams are either revived or they are quietly buried in a corner somewhere. January is not just about resolutions. Let's change that. Let's make January to be about vision. It is about what you can see, what you can imagine, what you are brave enough to believe for once again. Some of us have come into 2026 carrying a lot of excitement. Others come in carrying some disappointment. And then there are some that come in with the weight of dreams that didn't work or that didn't last over time. But hear this clearly: the failure of a season does not stop the future of your vision. You see, the danger is not that your dream is too big. The danger is that life convinced you to start dreaming too small. Experience has a way of shrinking our imagination. The pain has a way of putting limits on our faith. And delay has a way of whispering in our ear, maybe it's not worth it anymore. Though it tarry, it will surely come. But see, this week, this midweek moment right here, this momentary pause is a divine reminder to dream big anyway. Even if they laughed at you before, even if it didn't work out the last time, even if you had to start all over again, even if the timing of the vision has confused you, because vision doesn't expire just because you've been through something. Remember, being in the right position plays a big part in movement. So, number one, let's look at the psychological part of this. Remember, I'm going to give you the psychological as well as the spiritual, and you can see the connection. Your mind psychologically needs to dream big. See, psychologically speaking, Dreams are not luxuries. Let's remember that. They are mental fuel. They push us almost to exhaustion. When a person loses vision, the motivation begins to decline. That means that nothing is going to move and the energy drops automatically. Your hope gets weak, and then purpose. The purpose seems to fade. But when we research it, it consistently shows us that people with meaningful future goals are more resilient. They have that bounce back spirit. They are more focused and more emotionally stable because the mind is designed to move toward something. When you stop dreaming, you don't become realistic, you become restricted because now everything seems impossible. Small thinking produces small effort. Limited vision actually produces a limited act for you to engage and move forward. Some people just say, well, I don't want to get my hopes up. But hope is not the problem. The problem is unhealed disappointments. The solution is not to dream less. The solution is to heal while you dream again. Dreaming big reactivates your imagination. It tells your brain there is more ahead. It creates a psychological expectancy, and the expectancy should change your behavior. Why would you say that? Because you are now motivated again. You now have the drive to push forward. You don't rise to the level of your problems, you rise to the level of your vision. Though it tarry, it will surely come. So we got to dream big anyway. Number two, God is still a God of vision. See, the scripture is very clear. God works through vision. Abraham saw descendants before he even had children. Joseph dreamed before he was promoted. And Nehemiah envisioned a rebuilt wall before a stone was even laid. Listen, people. God never gives instruction without first giving the vision. Habakkuk says, write the vision and make it plain. For it is for an appointed time, not our time, but God's time. Delay does not mean denial. Waiting does not mean forgetting. We must reevaluate our strategy and realign our position. We are just like the troops in the army. If we build a way to get around to the enemy and we have to change that strategy because of blockades, barricades, and other things that we cannot get around, what are we going to do? We're going to stop and we are going to reevaluate our position and which way we need to go. We need to check our inventory and make sure that we are not bringing unnecessary items, especially those things that are considered extra when we already have enough. You can't carry a lot of baggage. It doesn't do anything but weigh you down. We can be our own worst enemy. Too much weight will slow you down. Everything and everyone is not necessarily meant to go with you. We have to loosen some things. We have to realize that if I've been dragging this around for years and it's collecting dust, it has not been used. What am I dragging it for? You cannot walk into a clear path and complete your vision with unnecessary baggage. Sometimes we have to release a lot of stuff that we thought we could use. And then all of a sudden, God has been telling us all this time, you don't need all of this to do what you need to do. Sometimes we need to get to where we are going and again, regroup our strategy and our artillery. The problem is not that the vision was wrong. It may simply just have been too early. And faith is required not only to receive a vision, but to hold it while you wait. God-sized dreams always requires a God-sized patience. Dream big anyway, because God is not intimidated by what overwhelms you. You see, being patient is like being a God, and have his patience, because guess what? He has waited on us for how long to come to him? I believe the songwriter says he was there all the time, waiting patiently in line. And if he has that amount of patience to wait on us, then we need to put forth that God-sized patience as we complete and fulfill the vision and the dream that he has given us. Ephesians 3:20 says, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think. If your dream does not require God, then it is too small. Number three, we have to move like it is possible. Here is our motivation. Don't just dream big, position yourself like it has already happened and it can happen. Dreaming without movement actually becomes nothing but a fantasy. Vision without action is your frustration. And so, what does dreaming big look like in real life? It looks like planning again, learning again. And while we are learning, we are in that holding pattern. We need to be gathering information, educating what we need, adapting to and putting in place things that we're going to need. We need to try again. We need to believe again, and we need to show up again. Even when you don't feel confident, you got to keep moving. Even when the picture isn't clear, you got to keep moving. And even when the timeline might feel slow, you've got to keep moving. Small steps that are taken consistently will catch up with the big dream. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You don't need all of the answers. You just need obedience to get to the next step. Write the vision, speak that vision, protect the vision. See, sometimes we talk too much and we need to quit telling people the vision that God has given us. Be about your Father's business and everything will be revealed. Everybody doesn't need to know your business. That's the problem now. You got too many people in your business. How about you keep your business to yourself, handle your business, take care of your business, do what you need to do for your business, and then they will be able to see exactly what God gave to you and what you did because of your obedience. And then when doubt shows up, you got to dream big anyway. So this week, we are reminded, don't forget, psychologically, your mind needs something to move forward. Spiritually, God still works through the visions. And practically, movement activates the possibility. Dreaming big is not reckless, it is faith filled. Dreaming big is not because of a lack of wisdom. Dreaming big is not ignoring the reality. It is believing that the reality can actually change. So as we begin this year, 2026, as we align ourselves with the revamp of our vision, we are intentionally motivated in our mind and in our spirit. Let this be the declaration for us right here, right now, to start this year off, that I will dream again. I will believe again. I will try again, and I will trust God again. Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because God is faithful. So let us remember, no matter what we've been through, no matter how long it has taken, we should dream big anyway. Remember, though it tarry, it will surely come. People of God, I hope that something here has been said to motivate you to continue to work on the vision that was given to you. Write the vision and make it plain. We have to see what we need to do. It will not leave your mind if you put it on the tablets, and as you pass by, you read, you look at your vision board. Let us strive to do the things that we've always dreamed of doing. Remember, small steps will make big improvements and movements in the long run when they all come together. And be happy for the little steps, because some people are not moving at all. But we know that with God, all things are possible. So remember to stay driven, stay focused, and stay true to yourself. And as always, I love you. God loves you. There's nothing you can do about it. Be blessed.